Moving on, so OBS crashed. That was bizarre. I'm not sure if this is going to count as a second one or what. Not sure if I actually can combine them. And somehow out of that whole situation wound up fine, and also chopping this tree. Who knows? Who friggin' knows? So yeah, like I was saying earlier, as far as early available options and all that sort of thing, with these different ones, you get a kind of weird assortment of random stuff from doing the mansion. For this one, you get a bunch of prayer stuff, which I'll want to do at some point. Testing. Yes. It's back now. Hopefully it's back. If it is not back, please tell me. I'm gonna drop this stuff in the bank, because I'm gonna need a little bit of stuff. Bank over here. Don't really want to walk on the other side of that bank. Can you burn ice cream? Technically, yes. I mean, I've had fried ice cream before. It's just melted and unfortunate. But yeah, it looks like OBS crashed. Who the hell knows why. And didn't leave anywhere. Just didn't want to have the pin broadcasting. Drop all these in here. Have a food tab? No, but we're gonna need one. So we're gonna keep this grain here as the food tab. I'm gonna keep a hold of everything that I have here. Doing stuff, let's put this in here. For general purpose, let's put all of this in here. This will just kind of go where it needs to. Feathers in. I don't think I'm gonna need the axe. Put that in here too. And there we go. So all set to go explore a mansion. Clearly this is what you usually do. That... Use Runelight? What's Runelight? I have no idea what Runelight is. I don't know if it's a new thing, I don't know if it's an old thing, I just don't know what it is. Oh crap, I just ate one of my chickens while trying to resort them. Okay, we're down to 5. We should still be fine though. I don't expect there to be anything too bad in here. I'm expecting to run past the initial trees. You do get smacked around by trees a bit if you stick around too long. Okay, I will try that for next time. Oh, hell. Please go away, guy. Move over here. We go to talk to Ladyface over here. I like, oh no, my husband guy is a chicken. And you gotta go deal with it. Okay. This is Ernest the chicken. I don't know if it's a reference to Ernest goes to, or Ernest does Halloween or not. Okay. Yeah, as far as trees breaking stuff, these trees can actually break your face pretty thoroughly. Just run past them. At least a few of them will swing at you. Or not. Okay, interestingly enough, I did not get attacked. So, as soon as you open the door, they won't open from the other side. Pretty standard Haunted Mansion kind of stuff. Please tell me they didn't add the dorky dancing chairs in this version. Alright, so this is one of the puzzle components we'll need later. That is a hose, so we need to walk in there, grab it, and run out. Not exactly in a perfect position to do so, but oh well. There's a couple items that's needed for. You know what? I just noticed. I saved all the weird animal abuse stuff just for you, Mr. Cow. Because there's also a part that's coming up here where you gotta poison a bunch of piranhas. I am sorry. Yes, they did add the goofy dancing chairs. Get out of here, chair. I think it's just because this place actually did scare a bunch of kids back in the day. So they needed to add some goofy stuff to it. Door. This is where Mr. Cow burst through the wall and door earlier. Left side. Got a helmet over here that we can sell. Actually, some shears as well. I'm gonna need those shears for later. This is usually where people find their first piece of armor, which is this helmet. I guess it's their nice little way of saying, hey, we're sorry for locking you in this house. They have at least some equipment, so that's nice. I'm gonna pick up the shovel. I'm gonna pick up the spade. I don't remember if you can go back in and out of that door, but it's fine. So, there's multiple puzzle components. This is a boss later, by the way. You come back here later for Vampire Slayer, because, of course. If I were to open this right now, would pretty much just die. So, we're gonna go ahead and not do that. Actually, I don't know if they even come out this early. Who knows? Gonna be followed around by best friend chairs for a while. Get out of here, chairs. I really didn't like that update. Oh well. Gonna prefer my ridiculously old version. But there was just nothing but horrible depressing-ness in here. Yeah, so we're gonna need that too. We're gonna have to run away from the ghosts. I think they don't aggro. I'm not 100% on that. Hopefully won't die to the ghosts. And here's the guy we gotta talk to. So this is Ernest the chicken. A strange chicken. Got Professor Odenstein over here. Looking for a guy named Ernest. So yeah, he turned this guy into a chicken. Oh. Alright, so this guy just wanted free eggs. So that's why he turned the guy into a chicken. So you need his 3 things, so they're a bit of a pain to get to. So for one thing, forget if we need to search this or not. We might as well. I'm gonna hopefully try not to use any guides, but it's unlikely, let's be totally honest. These. Let's do these. I need to get a key first. In order to be able to get the key, in order to get the hose, in order to go deal with the skeleton. Where the hell do we... First of all, we're gonna need that. Here's hoping this stuff will actually be enough. I need to go poison some fish. And yeah, that looks exactly like Rick. Grab that. That. And get out of here. Okay, so that one's trapped behind the door. I don't know if they aggro, but I know at least the skeleton does. Over here. Got that. Yet if there's anything over here. You guys just fighting ghosts. Okay. That area's just wrecked. I don't think we need to go there. So next up, I need to use this on some piranhas. Then grab a key out of there. Use the key on that closet I was showing earlier, and then you can grab in and run in and grab the hose. Jesus. One of the items is over here. I really like this one because it's one of those few times that you can actually complete the entire thing in one location. I had a little bit of a bad habit of forcing backtracking in a lot of cases. Do this. That opens up. What do you mean you can't reach that? Pull the freaking lever. Pull the lever. Here. This up. Receive nothing. Go down the ladder, and this is an annoying puzzle. Down here you got a lever puzzle. I think it's a... ABCDA? I recall. Whatever, we got B, A, then we got a couple more that are actually inside there, so let's see. Go here. And we'll open nothing. Open some of the later ones. So A opens up that one. B opens up these two. Yeah, this one... Ooh. It was a pain in the nads, that's for sure. We need that one to open. This one, let's see. This... That one, which goes there and there. Not open up that one. Let's see... That first lever then deals with that situation. Close that one, unfortunately, but... Switch chair. Okay. Plus, also, I should mention, I don't know if this has actually changed. So, this one, you're just kind of running around pulling levers for ages. Did something else. That too. Something. Let's pull that one again. I think that should open up this passage right here. Yes, it looks like it did. Now we can pull the other lever. Oh, no, we can actually go and pull this one. Opens up that. Closes everything, but opens up that one. Pull it again. Go back. Let's pull that first... Or no, the second lever to open up that door. I think pull this lever, and maybe that opens up the... I don't friggin'... It's... oh wait. One of those things. This is the true RS experience right here. Okay, time to pull this one again. Where if it turns out I was just supposed to not have pulled one of those, it's gonna be annoying. And that open up. These again. Alright, pull that again. Which presumably did something. This area is open again, so we're going to try to pull that second one. Or no, going to pull the first one, then second one. See what that does. Opens up that route again. Basically undoes getting here in the first place. What happens if I pull the second one while this one's in this condition, though? Nothing positive. Well, crap. A lot of this game and a lot of this run is going to consist of stuff like this. It's like, okay, figured out the puzzle. So what? There's a super boss behind the puzzle. This time there isn't one. That opened up this door. That route's clear. Actually, I'm gonna think of it. Okay, that door's open. If I pull this second one... No. That one's for all three of those. Opens up that, but closes up that. Okay, no. Then we're going to use this opportunity to go pull this one and see if that maybe solves the puzzle, hopefully. Again. Okay. What did that do? Seemingly... That affects all three. No, it doesn't. Just affects those three. Gotcha. That did nothing positive either. Pull that one, go pull this one. Maybe go pull one of... There's a reason so many people had traumatic memories of this. Please tell me this is the puzzle now. That opened this path again. I love how somebody left in the process of this, like, oh my god, this guy's never gonna figure it out. All for a frickin' oil can, I might add. opens up this path. What happens if I pull this after opening up that path? Get access to here, which allows access to one more that'll open up here, which... Can't tell what that did. Oh, there it is. That one opens up that one. Is this... No. Very good. I'll go to these ones. Hopefully these two have to be in their current positions to open up that door. And then this one, I think, is the one that opens up this one. Lever E. Yes! I think. Yes! Okay, I did it. Perfect. See, I can do things. I can puzzles. Took a minute, but I got it. I'm gonna try to do these without, like I said, without a guide as much as possible. That's kind of the idea. Sort of a blind Ironman kind of thing. Also, I love how the fact that I apparently didn't do one of these for an entire day was enough to scare somebody off. Like yesterday, 3 more joined in. I'm like, okay, good. You know, there's gonna be like an IM run of RS going on. And pretty much immediately, like, went and started the AC thing. It's like, no, 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 something that isn't RS, we gotta leave. That seems to happen a lot, actually. Seems to happen way more often than you'd think. Alright, we can go in and out of this. Pick up a second helmet here. I should point out another kind of back in the day thing here. Way back when, you didn't have access to home teleport, so if you were stuck here, you were really stuck here. They ended up changing that later on because there were a few places where people could get, like, legit just plain stuck. Alright, I think we're supposed to go dig here. Right, I forgot. That's not this. It's supposed to be in the shadow of the gallows, I think they said. Gauge and tube. I know you had to dig up something here. No, there we go. It's in the compost heap. That's what I'm thinking of. Yep, there's the key. And then to get the last thing, we gotta go deal with the piranhas. Because this place is very fully featured. Go ahead and... Oh, wait a minute. That's the regular fish food. Okay, I gotta find poison. I want to say the witch has some. Is there even a witch in this version? I don't know. Ugh. Okay. Back in. Not that one. Usually around here. Yeah, here it is, in the closet. Rat poison. Go ahead and use that with the fish food. Why they keep a skeleton in it. Okay. Why they keep a skeleton in their closet, who knows? Wow. Friggin' wizards. Or to show up, take your rat poison, and leave. Rude. Rude! Apparently I've been typing crap this whole time. Probably back when that whole getting stuck thing happened. What happens when we examine this key? Slightly smelly key, used in their... Oh, that's new! They didn't used to have that whole used in whatever thing. It was just a bunch of different types of keys. Oh no, I screwed it up. Now I've got slightly more strength. Gotta slightly poke something. And I gotta slightly block something. Okay, so we dealt 2. Come on, hit it. I really like having all the numbers even. That's one of those benefits of Controlled that I tried to mention several times, and then never ended up actually doing it. But you level all your stats at one time. You get that nice satisfying thing where they all just pop up at once. It's way slower, I'll give you that. But... so normally whenever you use a particular thing, you, like for example, for every hit you take, you get 4 health. For every time you hit something, you get 4 in whatever style you're using at the time. And, yeah. I know why those options are there. Oof. Okay, go ahead and use this on this. Please, oh please, do not freeze in the middle of walking through this thing. Rubber tube. Casually saunter out. And there we go. Done deal. Not done. Now we run back over here, poison some fish, get a gauge, and then just kind of turn it in. That's all 3 items. At which point I think you get some lamps or something. I forget what it gives you. So lamps are basically just an XP dump that you put into whatever. A lot of times you just get a little experience boost when you finish something. Right. This for a little bit more money bucks. It might seem kind of cheap of me to be collecting garbage for the sake of selling it, but, you know, currently a little bit on the broke side. Gotta get money where you can get it, right? Lady never appreciates the effort that you go through to save her chicken. What's funny is you end up coming back here a few times later. It's not entirely like they built this all for nothing, but way back in the day this used to just be its own thing. Okay. Out on the fountain. The fish die, as it says right here. And for some reason the pressure gauge that is sitting in the pile of dead fish and water is just perfectly fine. What it's doing in there, they never actually explain. Actually, I think there was a Post Bag from the Hedge episode about that. So they used to do this this weekly newsletter thing called Post Bag from the Hedge. It was a disembodied head, pretty much, well, taking questions. Well, I think they stopped doing that a while ago. I don't recall. At any rate, point being, I think they must have addressed that at some point. Alright, give me whatever you're giving me, and then we can go about our business. So he sciences it up, turns the guy out of being a chicken. Cash reward is always nice, and he... oh! He actually does give you some money. Wait. Yeah, get some points. Those points are just kind of used to unlock stuff down the road. So we can do M-Catcher. Oh. Never mind, there's actually a couple new things that I completely don't know about. The rescue, I don't really want to risk that one just yet. Rune Mysteries, that one I do. Alright, you know what? We might as well make a few trips here at once. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna start Rune Mysteries. I'm gonna start Restless Ghost, which is kind of its own annoying thing. Where do I just want to do Restless Ghost? We'll see. Anyway, first things first, make money. Most nostalgic music that I know. Go ahead and claim some stuff from the range combat person, see if they'll let us. Good. I get some practice equipment. This stuff breaks pretty much immediately and looks like trash, but it does allow for some rearranged stuff. I'm gonna try to claim all their stuff, actually. All these. Make a few money bucks. It's not very much. You do. Drop this key, because we're probably not gonna need it again. Actually, no, I like collecting them. We're gonna keep it. Gotta keep that key. Yeah, all that preparation didn't even get scratched. Probably can't claim anything from you, right? Nope. Only because I claimed this stuff. And unfortunately, if you end up having anything in your bank, they'll go and complain about that too. So, shame. That is fine. Go talk to Priestlington. Alright, so looking for a job. And he's going to give us some experience. Right, so he wants you to talk to a ghost. That's one of those items that ends up being useful, well, pretty much all game, really. And there's actually an entire plotline where you have to talk to nothing but ghosts. Anyway, so now I go talk to a hobo in a swamp, as you do. Looks like somebody died over here. What the hell's this? That's not one I recognize. And looks pretty goofy. And looks like a giant, oversized falchion. But okay, so I gotta go talk to the ghost. Hobo in the swamp lives over here. Or if there's anything aggressive here. I don't think so. Thankfully, poison doesn't exist in the freebie world. So I don't have to worry about that. Actually, there's a rat. Better safe than eaten by a giant rat. Yeah, they're aggressive. Get bent, rat. Actually, I'll fight one. First off, fight rat. Second off, talk to hobo. Those. Perhaps not a whole lot of reason to be worried about these rats. I think those are poisonous if you go to a member's world. See if I can successfully burn this. Need a campfire or something. What? Build inconspicuous hole? What the hell? I thought he lived here. Where did he get moved to? Yeah, I guess he's over here now. Oops. Fine. Yeah, we're gonna go in that direction. West. Then we head west. Yeah, there's frogs all over the place. You can fight them if you want, or get eaten by them. More likely. But yeah, those things are terrifying once you actually get into the members side of things. That's when you go and you pay for your subscription and you get all kinds of new features, like frogs being poisonous. I'm not going to deal with that just yet. I don't think these ones are, but the ones you end up finding underground are definitely poisonous. There we go. There's Mr. Tree. He's meditating forever. You can't actually tell him you're here to repossess his house, which is just douchey. Alright. Go speak. Then you find out that he's missing his head, you slap his head back on. That kind of thing. So this doesn't actually give any stats. At least it didn't used to. No, it still doesn't give anything. You'd think it would give a prayer bonus on account of, you know, given to you by a priest who's sitting meditating the entire time, and its only use is for talking to ghosts, but whatever. Whoop-de-doo. Again, the only reason I'm actually hunting these guys is for their meat. Maybe 3 of them's a safe number. My next destination after this is to do Witch's Potion. You pretty much need burnt meat, you need a rat tail, and then you basically fight a regular rat for a rat tail. I think you need ashes. Get some of those too. Alright, that should be safe. I know there's a bunch on the ground, but if I try to pick it up, it basically tells me that I can't. So that's fun. Now we go talk to the ghost. Where is that head? Forget if it's in Edgeville or not. I know one of them's in Edgeville. I hope it isn't. I just want to get that one done right away. So as I mentioned before, if you're unaware of how this game works, food is your healing item. These basic ones just heal 3. A lot of stuff heals 3. You end up getting into better ones. The best one that's going to be available, I think, is like 24 or something like that. Just because most of the time you're not going to be trying to really out-heal very much. And as you may have noticed, you can actually skip the eating animation if you're eating while poking something, which is why if you ever see PvP of this thing, you may see them waiting until they start swinging to actually heal themselves, even if it's potentially risky. Because, yeah, otherwise you will actually skip your next attack and eat instead. One of them... We're gonna bother with that later. Who slam up here is Shank. Character's best at. Only reason I'm not taking off their sword, by the way. I want it to stay uncontrolled. Oh, Mr. Ghost. How are you doing? Not very good, actually. This is the most British thing ever. No, you sound like you're speaking ghost nonsense, that's why I was just able to talk to you. Like, yep, can talk to ghosts now. Alright. Not sure. Warlocks lives in the big tower in the sea. Southwest. Wizard's Tower, I guess. Yeah, you might see that a lot of these end up going and tying into each other a whole bunch. Southwest, let me make sure. Yeah, that's this one right here. So that's where we go to for imp stuff. So he knows about the missing head. And you pop that head back in there. Ooh, actually I just noticed, this uses the original. At some point when they redid RS3, for some reason this was given like a Z-shaped bridge. Looks much nicer with this one. Way more practical. What else? I want to keep a hold of that. Yeah, haven't really picked up all the imps yet. Actually, haven't picked up barely any of them. I was kind of hoping to pick up those 4 beads before heading over here, but whatever. We'll just come back at a different time. That's probably one of the most useful items we're going to get out of this original thingy. But this one will boost up prayer a fair bit. Later on there will be some other stuff that will help with other things. Armor. You. Like I said, this plays more like a ye olden friggin' Ultima or just adventure game of some description. Far more than an MMO most of the time. Like, the only time I honestly feel like it's an MMO is like with crafting or something like that. With most of the grinding for skills and all kinds of different things, there's usually people around to talk to, there's usually stuff going on, but then you do something like crafting, where you're going and making like 1500 holy symbols, and it's just painful. There's nobody around at all. Actually, come to think of it, didn't I pick up a thing in this guy's house? Oh, those are some gloves. Yeah, if you follow the route through this entire thing, they give you your first set of gloves and boots, but since it's like $4, I just bought them. You learn stop. Funnily enough, you can eventually kinda sorta learn stop in this. It's a good ways down. It's just after Desert Treasure. So you learn the ability to basically just turn somebody into a giant ice cube. But you forego most of your teleportation abilities, you forego a lot of this useful stuff like superheat item and all this sort of dealing. You lose access to the enchantment things and all of that. What's this? Is that a new? No, that's an old one, isn't it? I thought 87 was the top enchantment. Yeah, Z-Knight, that's a new one. Interesting. Okay, there's definitely new stuff. And fight these guys. It's a horrible idea. It's technically a possibility. Actually, once you end up hitting, what is it, level 9? That's the point at which you can actually right, or just accidentally click on them and... Oh. If you accidentally click on them, you're basically just boned. I'm like, oh, that's adorable, you tried to hit me. Well, here's an ability you definitely don't have, and then they hit you with, like, I think it was like Earth Strike that they had. And then you just die. And that's not fun. We saw stuff in the Members World. I think it was Treyborn we gotta talk to. Right. Not this guy, he's just a lunatic. Maybe it's the crazy guy upstairs. Nah, you look suspicious and useful. Oh wait, this is the guy... Okay, yeah, I think this is the guy that sends you out for beads. Yeah, so like he says there, he enlisted an army of imps to go steal his crap, so... Then you gotta go find them. You gotta go find so many of them and it's pain. Okay. Accomplish nothing. Maybe it's the guy downstairs. Which guy is it? You guys all look identical. Fungal web. He wasn't even... They didn't even have gnomes back in the day. Maybe it's this guy. Ah, crap, I had to go to somebody else, didn't I? Wizard's Tower, southwest of the Ghost Skull. Where the hell was this thing again? I want to say it's like in a sack here somewhere or something. Yeah, a lot of RPGs are that way. Just, you know, it's gonna happen. Funnily enough, they have an altar here, despite the fact that they're supposed to be technically against that sort of thing, I think. There. Guess we're just gonna have to go search through this entire place. I sworn you had to talk to a guy. Whatever. Raiding this place like the FBI, I guess. Where do you keep your pile of skulls? Here, nothing. Find anything you'd ever want to read. Here. Out here. Nifty. What about this random utility stand thing? Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but there's actually a very missable thing that you could run into in Tactics Ogre in that way. Look in this box, maybe it's in here. Nothing. Can I look under here? It is supposed to be the crazy one. Become the ultimate wizard in the universe. Okay. Boots. Sweet boots. Where the crap is this thing? Any of you has a pickpocket option or something? Here, nothing here. This is the right location. One of these spots. By the way, this is usually where people go to practice casting early on. It wasn't clear. Keep looking then. Oh, there's a pot. What about this guy's room? This guy's got the tiniest bed over here. What am I submitting for Buster's thingy? I actually submitted the winner of my AI tournament. I just put in a pool. Seemed like the best way to go. Oh, you know what? I think I know what to do. I think there's a guy out front here that you can talk to. Isn't there? I think you have to dig it up, if I'm not mistaken. Talk to the gnome. No, let's search these bookshelves and then talk to the gnome. Living with a wizard husband, housewife story. The life and times of a thingy-me-what. What's funny is you actually do find out what that is later on. You just... Oh man, please tell me Swan Song is in this. Tell me you left in Swan Song. Yes. I loved Swan Song. It's basically just like the story of a complete lunatic wizard guy. Okay, first off, where did the tiny wizard go? He went outside. That's why I remember talking to him outside. Yes, Gnome Stronghold. That place is pretty awesome, and you can go there to cook cocktails. Oh crap. That. Of the two people watching this, I don't suppose anybody happens to remember where the hell this stupid thing is. Random. Wind Strike for beginners, which everybody actually starts with. I guess that's actually what you read right before starting the game. Back down again. Now, I thought he was in here somewhere. And I wish I knew who the hell to talk to here. I wanted to say, like, there was a sack right here and look through it or something. Oh, wait a sec. Wait a sec. Is this the one where you search the altar? At some point you search an altar, I know that. Actually, in multiple points you search altars. Oh, hell no, hell no, hell no. Did not mean to do that. Apparently that makes him alive. Oh, here it is, actually. Oh yeah, you were supposed to... I must have killed him. Alright, can we just use this to go back? Need another 10 minutes. Alright. By the way, this is when we can see some of this wonderful pathfinding at work. I kinda would prefer if you would just run to the door if you clicked it, but in many cases if you're trying to get away from something, and you try to click in another room and somebody's closed the door behind you, well, you're not gonna go anywhere. And you will end up seeing that end up being abused in PvP a fair bit. There's a lot of places where you can just mess with doors a whole bunch. New cow is good, but it can't be my AC convergence no matter how many times it tries. Like a heavyset variant of the Godslayer. Yeah, and I think I was saying during that thing that if you were to make a like a midweight version of the Godslayer, it would be just unstoppable. Like, probably if you went, what are they? I think the cougars? Are the legs I'm thinking of? Something like that. Lorises would probably be kind of cheap. I can't believe he actually didn't decide to ban the Lorises. There's so much stuff that he really should have banned. Alright, that guy will wreck my bacon. By the way, as far as taking the armor on and off, it's only aesthetic. You don't actually lose the weight from anything you're carrying. Like right here, I'm still carrying 22 kilograms. If I were to put it on, should still be carrying 22 kilograms. This stuff, actually, come to think of it, is pretty friggin' light, all things considered. Yeah, I think you would normally end up with like 30 kgs or something if you were wearing regular plate. Either way, your weight is actually something to consider. Down the line, some of the most useful stuff of all things for farming is actually some boots that make you weigh 5 pounds less, as well as a cape that makes you weigh 10 less. And I'm not even remotely close to getting those, so won't even have to worry about that. Now we're gonna go to the store. I'm gonna pick up a tinderbox. I want to be able to set stuff on fire. It seems like a strange thing to want to do. Ooh, hello. Hello, Mr. Imp. Funnily enough, strangling out imps with your bare hands is actually a skill. That would be hunting. Like, later on down the line, there is an entire thing where you just basically go, you capture them in a bug net, put them in a jar, and then you just, like, strangle them till they drop some loot. And then they disappear. So some of the most expensive things you can get are actually from those things. I should probably be practicing ranged on this guy. Well. So, despite the fact that this character is mostly using melee, range is probably what I'm going to end up using once the options for that open up. Not going to really bother trying to use that much aside from wasting my training arrows. Just because it's kind of an expensive one to keep going. There we go. I need both of these things. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This on. You. Get one of them dealies, move over here. Hang on fire. It's gonna take forever because we don't really know how to do it. That is also a skill of its own. Come on. Set that fire. Do it. Perfect. Come on, cook the others successfully. Yes. Oh. Whatever, close enough. Gonna keep one of the burnt ones around in case there's somebody else that runs into the same problem. So yeah, to wrap up for this time... Actually, maybe not even wrap up. But I will have to take a little bit of a break here. We're gonna go do this one right here. Oh, right? No. This one right here. The Godsider can't work as a midweight though. Its whole thing is outmaneuvering and out-turning things. Yes, but there are some of those kind of like 1.5 pieces of equipment. The ones that, like for example, some of the lighter midweight legs and stuff like that. The ones that are still really friggin' light, but have a tendency to actually cost more in energy. So, that kind of thing. So, I would say relative midweight. Like the Lorises, maybe not, but something like, what? Arms with the weird shoulder pads and the spikes sticking out. That friggin' everything in Nexus loves to use. Those ones are really good. Bad Diablo 2? I think it's free now, isn't it? Dangerous guy coming up here. Go ahead and avoid him. Ah, crap, I forgot. Whatever. We'll go do this, and then we'll just be back to turn the other one in. Oh, don't even need to avoid him. He's on the other end of the fence. In fact, why don't we just do this? Already aggressive anyway. do this sort of thing. They will never do anything about this, by the way. This is one of the few things that actually makes this viable. Gotta love RS. Huh? So ridiculous. Warp. 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 And how long will this take? A very long time. You don't really have a lot of things I can do multiplayer on. True. True. I mean, if you want to try this, just about anything can run it. Probably run this on a dang toaster. Actually, we're releasing a mobile version, which I think that's already out. Not 100% sure on that. Okay, now we go to Remington. I know, this all seems like a lot of traveling with not a whole lot of cohesion between it. But believe me when I say, it's actually not as random as it looks. So once this stuff all ties together, it's going to make everything a fair bit faster. So what we're looking for now is essentially just to go down here. There's a little town. In that town's a cranky old lady. And, yeah, she gives you stuff. Pretty much almost for free. Although why anyone would drink something made of burnt meat, ashes, and a rat tail, who the hell knows. Your character does a lot of questionable stuff. From you. You need PS Plus to play that online? Yep. That's the only reason I've never gotten a PS4. It seemed interesting at different times, but they started asking for subscriptions to even go online, and not gonna happen. The only thing that would ever make me reconsider that is if AC6 came out, and it was only on that, which I kind of strongly figure they're probably going to put it on PC too, as they've done with near everything else. But we'll see. Funny that AC6 is actually confirmed, but you still get ripped apart if you ever mention that there's a sequel in the community. I don't really get why there's so much aggression. Whatever. We're in search of a thing. Go ahead and make some juice. Yes. Want to join the dark side, etc. Alright. I have newt, rat tail, onion, meat. Okay, so don't need ashes for this one. So newt thing is right nearby here. Forward over. Oh, there's a pick over here. I'm gonna need one of those. Strange as it seems, pickaxes are kind of on the rarer side and a little bit harder to place if you ever lose one. So onions are right nearby here. We're kind of over yonder, I think. Full AC multiplayer would be great. And another Aegis multiplayer by myself with 2 controllers. That's the thing. That's exactly what they tried with 5th gen. And it really wasn't. Like, you'd think it would be something that would work really well, but the thing was, okay, they wanted to have something where you could go and you could customize your own, like, cities and defenses and that kind of thing, and you could. That was all well and good. But at the same time, they made it way too complicated, and it also almost didn't matter. So, for example, you would go and you'd set up this long, complicated thing, and somebody would just blaze through it in a second, because unless there's actually players defending it and knowing how to make use of the stuff that's there, it's just going to be random fodder. So they made that really complicated, they made it on the worthless side, and yeah, then they made everybody randomly fight each other. Some of the maps weren't terribly well designed as far as the multiplayer went, which I wasn't sure about for the longest time, but then somebody pointed it out to me, and yeah, no. They were pretty poorly designed, actually. Go, gotta get our hat. That looks stylish. Alright, and the last step is just to find a rat. level 5 and everything, we'll be able to get better equipment at that point. Actually, I will have just enough to be able to upgrade it. Handy. Mentioned it to Buster on Twitter, but just have... yeah, it's very laggy unless you're living right nearby each other. Like my friend, he's in Virginia, I believe. I'm over in Michigan, so that connection's pretty well stable. If you're connecting through the PS3, actually all the PSP ones can actually connect pretty reliably. You could have mixed-gen FUTs. That would be awesome. That's actually one of those reasons that I ended up doing that for the AI arena. I really wanted to see that happen. But unfortunately, not many people went and looked at the AI arena. So thankfully, you know, TBM is going and doing his own now, so maybe it'll actually get looked at. And there was a lot of effort, and it just went to the wind. But at least it's over. I have an idea for another tournament in maybe a couple of months once his is done and over with. Do that now. I know there's a ratty running around here. All of the yellow dots are kind of the same thing here. I want to pick it. Maybe. There we go. Here's some ratties. Ooh. Guy sells ranging equipment. Interesting. Ah, not anything different. I thought he might have still sold the pants and vest. But apparently those are just removed in order to make early game crafting more useful. Whatever. Time to finish this up. Now you drink from it and complete it, and you get stuff. Now we leveled this up while never having actually used it before. And now we get access to use. So this right here, the funny part is, Confuse right here is probably what people use to level up the skill the most, because all three of these requirements are pretty easy to get a hold of early on. And you can just go and repeatedly just have this on autocast, like against a rat or something. And you'll, like, if you're wearing full plate or something, you'll miss every single time, meaning that you can stand there autocasting that crap all day. So, it's kind of a money sink, but you end up getting a whole bunch of stuff for it. Alright, let's go back. And after that, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a break for a while. That is not a tournament, it's a bunch of 1v1s, yeah. Pretty much. I don't know if he was originally thinking about doing a tournament, but I think he was just making it easier. Okay. Now, we attach this head here. And that will be 4 of them done in one part. None of this stuff probably seems interconnected yet. It will down the line. Alright. He's all happy about it. He didn't include enough stuff to actually fix his text box. And then he leaves and he goes to hang out under that raft, presumably. Alright. Now we get a metric crapload of this, so now we went from 3 to 11. That's usually why you want to go ahead and start with that one pretty early. Now we get access to a bunch of these abilities, whereas before it was only the one. And you only get a tiny bit every time you bury some bones. It's very hard to get this one up. That's what she said. So these are just all 5% bonuses. You get 1 10% bonus out of that. Fine. That's fine. Yep. 4 of them done. Mining will help. The next time, whenever I come back, we'll do a little bit more mining and such. You know what? I need to go get all these up to 5 real quick. far as the kinds of bonuses these things give, well, you kind of see right here. Very minor. A 5% bonus to 4, you know, it's obviously not going to do very much. Slightly. Yeah, I saw that little mini tournament. Again, that was a lot of stuff that wasn't really regulated in any way, though. You really should, because that one would be especially viable in 3. Ooh, perfect. So beer lets you hit a little bit harder. 25 more. Need to fight 5 of these things. Oh, upgrade everything. There's one thing in particular that would be incredibly useful. It's actually what a lot of people use to kind of get a bunch of early money in the game and all that sort of thing. Which is that there's a set of steel plate ridiculously deep in the wilderness. Show it right here. I'm not gonna go there because that would just be suicidal at this point. There's like right around here-ish. And if you get to that point, you can just grab it, switch worlds, and then leave. Yeah, you collect like an entire load of those. Keep your buttons ready to immediately log out as soon as you literally see anyone on the map whatsoever. And usually you would keep like a second account going just to kind of scout out for you. Then if you bring everything back, you can get like 30k right off the very bat. Whole one life thing. All it takes is one person approaching and then you're kind of boned. Wait, what if he quits again? What do you mean? Oh, with the Mario thing? I mean, maybe. Again, it's way more viable in 3, so... that. By the way, so these were running the entire time. As you can see, it's not exactly the most impressive thing in the world, but hey. Then you got this, which does the exact opposite. Makes you stronger, makes you less accurate. That's percentage based, so it will continue going up, all that sort of thing, but it will keep draining your accuracy. I can do 3 now, oh my god! It's a slight adjustment. Would it be the same as inside the line? Yeah, pretty much. There we go, everything's 5. And you steal... As if it's somehow in any way different from wearing iron, but whatever. Well, that'll be that for now. And, yeah, we'll continue on next time. See you then.